I can't believe I was talking. Can y'all hear me now? I was talking hard, 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 hard. And the funny thing is, before I got on live, y'all, we family because like before I got on live, I said, let me check and see if the um the audio works because I have a camera set up here because I wanted to use like my 50 millimeter lens in order to be able to really show the products and whatnot. And I forgot. And I just started talking because I was like, let me just start talking. Anyways, I'll do that again. Happy Sunday, everyone. Drop a flower emoji in the chat if you are ready for spring. If you are watching on the replay, drop a flower emoji in the comments. I am so ready for spring. Today, we are going to be talking about winter into spring transition. Thank God the audio is working. Won't you do it? Yes. So we're gonna be. I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you guys had asked on a community post previously, and then if you have any other additional questions as we go along, leave them in the chat. We have, and this is exciting. We actually have a sponsor for today's live. It is Wireless, and what you might have seen me like going on and on and on about before before I didn't have any audio. Is that it's hard to describe wireless. I'm going to show you a video and then you guys let me know if the words that I use, the way that I'm phrasing, if it's what you pictured in your mind after I show you the video, right? So, Wireless is a location in South Korea. And it's okay, picture this. Sicily, 1972. No. But picture this though. It's like as if you had a Sephora, right? So you have a retail space where you have makeup, skincare, hair products, all this other stuff. You can test things. There's all kinds of stuff happening. Then on the level above that, there's like a cafe where you can hang out with your friends, drink all of these like amazing like cafe drinks. Like I don't know if you guys know South Korean culture, but cafes are big in their culture. Like I went to Korea back in January for a brand trip. And child, them cafes were cafeing. So there's a cafe in there you can have like all these amazing drinks, and then there's a place in the back where there's like think of the bougiest restaurant that you could ever think of to have like a like damn near 5-course dinner. So all of that is in one location. They have an app that you can use in the US. As a matter of fact, hopefully it's still there where I put a link to download the Wireless app. I tried to pin the comment. I'm not sure if that is if it's pinnable, if you can see it. Obviously, you can't click on a link from here, but I also have this link in the description box. So you can download the app. They have an amazing offer. If you buy any 3 products in the app, it's 50% off any 3. So, like if you wanted 3 sunscreens or 1 sunscreen, a foundation, and a lip gloss, you'll get 50% off. Plus, from this chat, if you use code Danielle at checkout, you'll get an additional 7%. Now, I know from math that 50% plus 7% is not necessarily going to equal 57%. I don't know what the math is, but you're getting a lot of money off. So make sure you download the app. You can use it on iOS. You can use it on Android. So check that out. They ship to the US and they have some amazing products that we're going to go over as we talk about the winter to spring transition. So let's go. Let's see what you guys are talking about. I'm in my feelings. I didn't win the contest. Well, listen, we also have a new membership on the channel. So we're going to be doing hey Glory. And yeah, we have a new membership going on right now where you can join the channel. We're going to be keeping each other accountable with our skincare routines. There'll be all kinds of challenges and stuff. So you make sure you check that out. So, all right. And I got my notes here because, I could go off on a tangent. Anyway, I am so ready for spring because winter took such a toll on my skin. I have oily skin. However, I am going to be 44 in August, and I say that because as we get older, sometimes the skin does tend to, dry out. It become even if you have oily skin, like it becomes less oily as you get older. And then there are things like perimenopause and menopause and whatnot. I don't know. I don't think I'm in perimenopause yet, but those things happening to our bodies around around this age and older can have a toll on your skin. And I was like, what is going on this winter? Then I realized I'm like, it's because it was so mild the last 2 winters that this winter we actually got like a real New York City winter. And my skin is like, what is happening? Like, talk about dry patches all up and through things that I had been using for years with no problem. All of a sudden, I'm getting irritated and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm so ready for that cold weather to be up out of here so I can get my skin back. Another thing that interferes with the skin as we get into the spring, allergies. Oh my God, yesterday I went to they have this squid game, and it's so funny that everything is like all the Korean culture things are like intertwining with this live. But we went to the squid game experience yesterday in New York City. And when I tell you the way my eyes kept tearing, and I'm like, I'm just trying to have a good time here. Like, why I gotta why I gotta be crying? You know what I'm saying? So allergies can have an effect on your spring skincare routine, especially if you're like you get like the itchy eyes. You might wake up puffy. So in the morning when you wake up, you might have to use like an ice roller, or you can go old school and just have like a cold spoon, the back of the cold spoon, and put that on your eyes to kind of get rid of some of the puffiness. What's another thing? My nose is always running. And that doesn't affect my skincare when it comes to allergies, but it is actually it does, because the more I have to blow my nose, like the redder it gets. And and here's another way. I just thought of a way that it could affect my skin, because I don't always have access to like a soft, like a Puffs Plus or like a Kleenex with lotion tissue. So sometimes like try blowing your nose with a paper towel. You're gonna get cuts all in here. It's gonna get irritated. You need something to kind of soothe that area. Spring can come about a whole set of like other issues when it comes to your skin. So let's kind of go through like the various products, things that you might need to put into your routine, things you might need to take out, things you might need to consider. And please let me know if you have any questions. I do have questions already from a previous post, community post that you guys had. I don't know why right here feels so wet. I did wash my face before this, and I'm like, what's happening right here? But yes, I do have some questions that I'm going to answer from the previous post. But if you have more questions here, please leave them and let me know. Mary Jennings says she loves Korean skincare, and I'm going to be showing you some products that I love that you might love too. All right, so cleansers. Now this is day or night. Typically, I kind of feel like whatever cleanser you use in the winter, you might still be able to use throughout spring. Unless like you needed some like really, really, like sometimes people will switch to like those milky cleansers, or the cleansers that don't really foam, because sometimes people have really, really dry skin and they might need that. But one thing that I've noticed in the spring, because it's me, I'm gonna be outside, like out and about. Like I'm happy to see Glory B, because we're gonna go. I can't remember if it's next weekend or the weekend after, but we're gonna go hang out. And I love being outside, and I'm sure if you've been stuck in a house all winter, you want to be outside more too. So you're probably wearing makeup more. If you don't wear makeup, you're going outside more. You're being exposed to elements. You're probably reapplying your sunscreen more often because you're outside more. So that might mean that you might need to double cleanse. Now, I had thought about setting up. See right there, that's my bathroom. I did think about this coming Saturday. Yes, yes. That hour ahead, I feel like I lost 4 hours. Like, just to be honest, I feel like I lost 4 hours when we put the clock ahead. So I'm like, I don't even know what today's date is. But you might want to consider double cleansing. So basically, oh, that's what I was going to say. I was initially going to set up in the bathroom so that I could like, do the skincare routine with you. And then I thought about me and how clumsy I am. And I was like, I probably shouldn't have lighting and cameras and the computer and all that other stuff. Um, next to the sink where it could, fall in and just mess up. So I already cleansed before we got on camera, but with the double cleanse, it's either when you're wearing makeup or if you have on like a mineral sunscreen. Mineral sunscreens tend to be very hard to take off because of the, either the titanium dioxide and or the zinc oxide that's included in it can be a little hard to take off. You don't have to double cleanse every single time. I think that's something that people get wrong. You don't want to cleanse too much because cleansing too much can strip your skin. Stripping your skin can lead to an impaired barrier, and an impaired barrier can protect your skin like it needs to, which can leave you susceptible to things like irritation, inflammation, hyperpigmentation. So, you pick up what I'm putting down. You can double cleanse using like an oil cleanser first, or not an oil balm, cleansing balm, cleansing oil or cleansing balm. You can use that with dry hands, remove the makeup, and then you can cleanse again with your regular cleanser. Or some people just cleanse twice with the same cleanser. I've done that on occasion, and depending on the cleanser, it works out well. Now, let's talk about toners. Now, a lot of things can be called toners, but in this instance here, I'm talking about hydrating toners. And I want to, I'm scared to even touch any settings here because I know if I show this to you, it's going to be reversed because of the mirror. But let me see. Actually, what I could do is, oops, see, look, I done touched something. I'm trying to add, there we go. I'm going to add the image of it in here. Oh no. All right, let me as I'm setting this up, because I, unbeknownst to me, unplugged my my hard drive. Access to the file. Why'd I do that? But anyway, so toner, like a hydrating toner, can be really awesome in your skincare routine because on average, some of the hydrating toners, they're gonna hide. Obviously, it's in the name. It's gonna hydrate. It's going to give your skin the drink of water that your skin desperately needs, especially as it gets a little cold. As it even whether it's cold or if it's warm outside, your skin still needs the hydration. And with a hydrating toner, they're usually not going to feel very heavy. They're going to give you the hydration that you need. And hydrating toners are a huge part of Korean skincare. And I want to show you these toner pads. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of a toner pad. I've recently started seeing these popping up on like TikTok, Instagram, so on and so forth. This is something that you can get from the Wireless app. And as I'm waiting for my external hard drive to connect to the computer, I'm going to show you the actual picture because I know it's probably a little hard to see. But this is from a brand called NatureSans. These are their Eucalyp calming toner pads. And when I tell you, now I'm opening this for the first time, but I actually have, let me show you the one that I have that I've been using, but I forgot to close it properly. What was that? Texting me. I forgot to close it properly, so it's like sticky, but I have used these before. But I'd rather not be all sticky and whatnot, during a live. All right. Hey, Victoria. We just kind of got started already. Make sure you download the Wireless app. I have the link in the description and hopefully in a pinned comment here in the chat. But let me show you these. So I went to, like I mentioned earlier, I went to Korea in January on a brand trip, and I got invited by the CEO of Aga Skin and K World Beauty. And it's the CEO is a gorgeous, I believe she said she's from Senegal. Gorgeous Senegalese woman. and she showed us these toner pads. And I'm trying to be dainty here and pick it up with the, when I know my New York behind wants to just pick it up out of the thing, but I'm gonna, be a little dainty here and show you these toner pads, right? So what you can do with this, you can choose two different ways to use this, right? You can either use it as a regular toner pad and just, swipe it against your skin so you get the toner. Because sometimes, like, I want to take a little micellar water to take off the moisturizer I have off so you can, like, see how the products are working on my skin. But sometimes with toners, either you kind of like douse a cotton pad with the product, and then, you kind of go like this. I'm just using this to kind of take off. Ooh, I didn't want my eyebrow to, I've had a little gel in my eyebrow. So this is what you would normally do with like a regular, toner. Or sometimes you might put it in your hand and then like press it into your skin. Either way, whatever suits your boat, is what suits your boat. But with this, you can either take this, the product's already in it, and you can take it and you can swipe. Oh my God, this smells so good. It smells like you're in a spa. Like you can smell the eucalyptus, but it's not overpowering. Or you can put the toner pad, like if you have like, remember I was telling you guys that my skin gets like the dry patches through the winter. What you could also do, like if you have an area that is prone to dryness, you can just kind of just put that there and wear it almost as if it's like a sheet mask. And some people might, you might want to see. That's why I should have been using the little thing, but the New York in me took over. Or you can kind of do it like, wear it like it's a sheet mask and then get that extra hydration in. Is the toner pads compatible with ordinary products? Which ordinary products are you using? Angela, let me know. So you could do that, and then you can, you could leave that on as, for a while, chill, lay back, that sort of thing. And then you can massage the product into your skin, or you can press it in if you want, you do you. There's no, yeah, you could use this with niacinamide. Niacinamide is probably like, what did Dr. Alexis call it? She said it's like the friendliest kid in the pack. Like it can play well with everyone almost. I think I like that analogy that she used about niacinamide. So yeah, so there was a question from Miss Lynn about toner. But quickly, let me just tell you that this, let me see if this thing's, what is happening? Oh, because I actually didn't plug it in. I plugged this in and not this. Lord. All right, so this product is regularly $23.99, and I'm as soon as this thing comes up, I'll show you a better picture, so it's not like reversed. This product is regularly $23.99. It's on sale in the Wireless app $11.99 when you buy any 3 products. If you buy any 3 products, you'll get 50% off, and then if you use code Danielle, you get an additional 7% off. So, like, if you're like, you know what, I want to try some stuff, or if you have someone who's just starting a skincare routine, and you don't want to. You don't want to spend a whole bunch of money. It's just like, like, let me try that. 50% off. And you can get like a whole routine. Any 3 products, 50% off, and then, additional 7% off when you use code Danielle. Let's see if this, all right. Now we finally have the external hard drive finally kicked in. All right, let's see. All right, there is the picture of the toner pads. So as I said, the brand is NatureSans. It's the eucalyptus calming toner pads, $23.99 regular price, which is a good regular price. But if you buy any 3 products, it's $11.99 in the app, and then an extra 7% when you use my code Danielle. Thank you, Victoria. Yes, let's get these likes up. You know, provided that you like what you see, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. So Miss Lynn had a question about toner. She asked this on a community post prior to the live. And her question was, what do you do if your toner is making your skin produce too much oil? I use alcohol-free toner as well. So there's a couple of things that could be going on. It could be the formulation of the toner because, you know, a lot of things are called toners these days that, you know, you got exfoliating, hydrating, da 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 da. Some of the hydrating toners are more hydrating and thicker than others. Like you have some that are like milky or some that are creamy. It could be that formulation. It's not actually making your skin produce more oil. It just makes your skin feel oily because maybe there's something in it that feels oily. Or it might not even be the toner that's making your skin feel that way. It could be stuff that you're putting on your skin afterwards. So just the thing with skincare sometimes is that you kind of have to do like a little trial and error. You can look at ingredients to try to kind of narrow things down. But sometimes, but if like you're new at skincare, you turn around, you turn the product around, look at the ingredients, you're like, girl, I don't know what this stuff is. So what I do is if I'm unsure of what an ingredient is and what it does, I'll put it in Google, but after the ingredient name, I'll put Paula's Choice. Now, obviously, Paula's Choice makes, you know, products themselves, but they have this ingredient database that I trust, you know, like y'all don't be going on them. Well, that's another topic for another day, but I trust that. And then they'll tell you what the ingredient does and and that might help you to kind of figure out, okay, maybe I shouldn't be using this because when I use this, it makes me feel like this. Or it could be an amazing product for you, but maybe like the weather isn't, you know, it's not meshing well with the weather. Like for instance, in the winter, and we're getting ready to talk about moisturizers and sunscreens, but in the winter, the moisturizer I use is a lot creamier. It's more moisturizing. If I try to use my same winter moisturizer in the spring when it's like 60, 70 degrees, oh no. I'm gonna be taking off the moisturizer like this, like it's too much. So it could be any number of things. So you kind of have to do like that process of elimination. Now, let me show you. Now that we're gonna talk about the moisturizers and sunscreen, but let me show you the video of the WIROEL store. Now that I have my external hard drive moving, and you please let me know if what I explained to you is what you envisioned. Foundation shopping in Korea. You need to leave. And they had a shade range. Like, if you know Korean skincare, you know the makeup formula's hit. But WIROEL has a shade range that some US companies don't even have. This bomb futuristic, they living in 3025 while we're in 2025. Shopping experience at WIROEL. WIROEL is a new, I can't even call it a store, it's an experience that recently opened in Seoul. You can grab coffee there, kick your shoes off, and hang out with the homies for hours on hours. Walk downstairs and buy some skincare and makeup, then come back upstairs for a chef-prepared dinner like you're at some rich benefactor's house. It's like if your local vibey coffee house, Sephora, and a fancy bougie restaurant had a menage. And they have an app so we can shop from the US. Okay, let's try out this foundation. All right, so I wound up with the Tintease foundation, a glow hydrating water pop foundation. The shade I got is 340N. Okay, I would say like a light. We're gonna try this foundation. And mind you, got a few little bumps on my face. That's because I just had one of those salmon sperm facials. Pause. Yesterday, and I will tell you more about it soon. Probably should have put a primer on because I'm wearing this sunscreen, which is super glowy. I already have oily skin, and then this foundation is also, you know, hydrating and super glowy as well. But we'll see, because it is winter time. So they had other foundation formulas. They had one that was very similar, like a dupe to Estee Lauder Double Wear. This one had a better color match for me. I do need to put concealer. So you still have areas where like you have that luminosity, but it's not like, it's a controlled luminosity. Y'all, I forgot to get a finished look shot, but here's how it looked throughout the day. And then 11 hours later, I still got my little bumps from my from my treatment. But this looks good. I do have to say, I do have to give the caveat that it was below freezing here in Seoul today. This looks good. Okay, so did that like, let me see if I can go back. Does this let me? Oh, good. It does let me. Like, this is the the wireless retail location in Seoul. So, guys, download the app. There's a link in the description, as well as hopefully a pin comment here. I'm like hoping the technology is working on my side. But this place is amazing. And I'm gonna show you some more products. They have a line of dupes that stunned even me. Like, we did this competition show thing where myself, as well as the other influencers that were on the trip, we were trying to guess which one was the real product, which one was the dupe. And there were a couple of times where the dupe duped me. I'm so stupid. But and then let me also show you. This is who I was talking. This is Fama. Let me show you Fama. Hold on. Let me not go too fast. So this is Fama right here. This gorgeous, gorgeous woman right here. She is the CEO of Augustin. And she also works with Wireless. And, she was why we were in Korea. Very amazing woman. But let me show you some moisturizer. So in the spring, one of the things that you should probably change, depending on how severe there is a change from winter to spring where you live, is probably your moisturizer and or your sunscreen, right? Because if your moisturizer from the wintertime is very heavy, that might be too heavy for the spring. For me, I have to like literally get on my phone and look at the weather app because, child, like one day it's nice. I mean, we got some pretty decent weather coming up in New York City this week, but literally I have to look at the weather app just to figure out like, okay, what moisturizer am I going to be wearing in addition to like my outfit? Like, because if the moisturizer isn't like good for the weather, like I might as well just stay home, So I usually like to look for things that are like very hydrating yet are still lightweight, especially, this time. I mean, we still technically have like what, another 15, 14 days left of winter, but that doesn't mean that it's automatically going to turn spring right away. So I still need something hydrating, but I want it to be lightweight. And here is one. This is NatureSans Skin Glow Sun Cream. Let me show you the picture because I know this is going to be backwards. See, so here's the picture of the product. So as you can see on the wireless app, it's $19.99. But if you buy any 3 products, it's $9.99. This is SPF 50 plus with a PA of 4 pluses. The PA rating is it denotes UVA protection. UVA, the ultraviolet A rays, those are the rays that are yes, I trust Indie Decoder, Victoria. UVA rays are the ones that can worsen pigmentation, and they also, accelerate the premature signs of aging. So I try to be careful with that. So this is really lightweight. It's very it's gonna make your skin very glowy. As I mentioned, this is the same sunscreen that I mentioned in the foundation snippet that I showed you. I'm gonna try to switch cameras because I have a 50 millimeter camera. Let's see. It's gonna get really close on me, and hopefully it is in focus. There we go. But I wanted to show you, see if I could show you what the products look like. Because when I'm on my laptop, like you can see, but like here, I feel like you can see. Like y'all let me know. I'm gonna look in the chat to see. I don't know if y'all if this looks better than if I was on the other camera. But look, this is you see how creamy that is? And it's very moisturizing. Now with sunscreen, you want to make sure that you are putting on enough. It's usually about a quarter to a half a teaspoon for your face, neck, and ears. Everyone's going to be different because we have different size faces and whatnot. Look at that. 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 I'm trying to keep my because I need to get my eyebrows threaded, and so I put clear brow gel on them to keep them up, so that, so that they would look nice. So I'm trying to avoid rubbing my eyebrows. Look at that. Look at that glow. And then let me come back to the other one so we could like talk. There we go. Yeah, you see like how you couldn't really see before? I'm one of these days when I do these lives, I'm gonna be so good at it that and you know I meant to only put this on one side of my face because I wanted to show you another product. It's okay, I'll just use some micellar water to take it off. And then don't forget, please don't forget your ears. You know, you got to get in the ears. Well, not in the ears, but you know, the ears are exposed to the sun as well. You know, you get your neck. You could obviously put your facial sunscreen on your chest. I usually tend to just use my body. If I'm wearing a body sunscreen, I'll just use the body sunscreen because you know, usually get a lot more. Why am I putting more on this side of my face when I wanted to do something else? But I like this. Like this, it feels so creamy. You can see like the glow that it gives the skin. And then if you get like if you buy any 3 products, you'll only spend $9.99 on this in the Wireless app. Look at that. Wait, look at that. I got like a little piece of like lint from when I use this to take off the which I'm gonna have to use this again to take off some of the products. I can show you this next product. Now, this is so moisturizing that I don't need to put a moisturizer on underneath. Do you guys use a moisturizer and then a sunscreen, or do you use a moisturizing sunscreen so you only put one product? Let me know in the chat because you guys are my is it co-star? Co-star, I think is the word. My brain not working today. You guys are my co-stars, so I need you to get up in the chat and you know co-host. Co-host is the word I was looking for. I was like, I know it's something Wendy Williams used to say. So I'm just taking this off on this side because I didn't even mean to put product here because I wanted to show you guys another moisturizer. Okay, so let's see what y'all do. Good morning, Janae. Use a moisturizing sunscreen, moisturizer plus sunscreen, moisturizer and then sunscreen. Okay. So it really depends on how I'm feeling, what the weather's doing. But I also came across now. This I'm definitely gonna have to show y'all the picture because the white is blown out. But this is a very lightweight gel cream, but it's like super moisturizing. So it is the Chokchok Green Cica Dewy Cream. I probably should have asked somebody how to pronounce the name of the brand. I'm gonna assume it's WIROEL. Why God. All right, y'all don't need to see me being hooked on phonics, but you see the name on there, right? So it's $39.99. With if you buy any 3 products, it's 50% off, so you only pay $19.99. This has PDRN in it. Let me see if y'all know what PDRN is. Let me know in the chat if you know what PDRN is. Now, this is another, I'm just gonna, oh, there we go. Because I was like, let me just get the product that I had, the container that I had been using. Because they also sent me new products because, you know, I didn't want to show y'all like, you know, like sometimes the products you use it, you know, the stuff get a little, so they sent me new things to show you guys. But look at, I'm actually going to put this on the other camera. Is it in focus? I had to put the camera on manual focus because otherwise there would be stuff on the screen. Can y'all see that? Back up a little bit. Okay. Can y'all see that? Like, oh my God. So I'm gonna put it on. And my bad if I'm not giving you eye contact because the laptop is down here, but the camera lens is right there. You know what I mean? So this feel like I put way too much on. Like this is way too much. Like I still have so much on my hand. It feels like a serum, like a very substantial serum, like but it moisturizes, it hydrates. You could put a moisturizer on top of this if you wanted to. Um, but in the springtime, this is like perfect, even if you have oily skin, because I know sometimes people with oily skin tend to be like, oh, I'm so oily, I don't need any moisturizer. And I hate to break it to you, but girl, you need some moisturizer, even if you have oily skin. Look at that. Look at that. So I'm about to hit the comments and see if anybody is saying what the PDRN is. You might gag once you figure it out. Okay, let me switch back to boom. All right. Oh, look at me switching cameras and stuff. All right, so Victoria, yes. PDRN is salmon DNA. And salmon DNA, you might hear about this a lot this year because I think it's going to be trending in skincare. But I kind of feel like it's one of those trending things that will probably stick because, gosh, do y'all remember when CBD was in every freaking thing? CBD makeup primer, CBD sunscreen, CBD moisturizer, CBD serum. Like, good Lord. And where we seeing CBD in stuff now? Okay. But but the salmon DNA, PDRN, which is poly nucleoribonucleo is a long word, right? But basically it is similar-ish to human DNA. So they put it in skincare products to help the skin's regeneration process. Skin regeneration basically means the skin repairing itself because the skin repairs itself typically every 28 days. It tends to slow down as we get a little older. And when it slows down, you might start to see dullness. You might start to see some texture. You might start to see, a lot of stuff, going down on your skin. So the PDRN, aka the salmon DNA, helps with that process. It can also help with fine lines and wrinkles, other forms of texture. Now, you can get it injected into the skin, which is called a salmon sperm facial. And I actually got one done when we were in Korea. And I'm actually going to put up a video. I'm not quite sure when it's coming out. I've already filmed it, and I can't remember if I've sent the footage to my editor, but I've been bulk filming videos like crazy. And so I know what's coming out. I just don't know when it's coming out. If you know what I'm saying? So you can also have products where they have the salmon DNA in the product. Now, obviously, salmon DNA being used topically is different than salmon DNA that's injected into the deeper layers of the skin, but you can still reap some of the benefits with it. And this moisturizer, like, oh my God, like it feels like nothing is on, but my skin feels like it just drank like I should have been drinking water throughout this live. My skin had a drink, honey. So, like I was mentioning, for the springtime, you might want to consider switching out your moisturizer or your sunscreen, depending on what the weather's doing, what your skin is doing for the spring. And both of these are in the Wireless app, which you can go in the description box and download. And any 3 products that you buy, 50% off, and then you get an additional 7% with my code, which is Danielle. All of this is in the description box. Let's minimize that. All right, now let's talk about. We're gonna talk about a little bit of makeup. Now, I'd be so scared to talk to y'all about makeup sometimes because it's some of y'all that are like, "Oh my God, can we please get makeup content, please?" And then it's a lot of y'all that be like, "No, no makeup." Just be like, damn. Like y'all hitting me up like it's no makeup. But before we start to talk about makeup, I wanted to answer 2 questions from. I just realized what this person's username says. Tuna Mayo. Excuse me? But Tuna Mayho and Jonathan Lucian asked similar questions about active. So Tuna Mayho, let me get to Tuna Mayho's question. May I call you Tuna? Said, I'm not sure you spoke about this before, but could you give us what kind of ingredients you shouldn't be mixing together on a skincare routine and how to proper switch so the skin doesn't get triggered too much, if that makes sense? This is one thing I love about our community. You guys ask such intelligent questions. Y'all, look at y'all. And then Jonathan Lucian, who asks a similar question. I mean, like, hey, y'all. How many actives are really too much at once? Is it really just depending on how much your face can handle? So I kind of consider these to be similar questions. So in general, with skincare routines, less is more. Now, obviously that sounds contradictory from a Korean skincare routine, but I'll tell you why. Because a Korean skincare routine does tend to have a lot of steps. But I think what differs from Korean skincare routines and things that we're kind of used to here in the US, and it's not that one is wrong and one is right. It just depends because your skin, your season, what your skin is doing at the moment. Korean skincare routines tend to focus on hydration. So almost every step is hydrating and protecting and nourishing the skin's barrier. So the skin's barrier is what helps to, keep the good stuff in and tries to keep the bad stuff out. If your skin barrier is impaired, that's like, like you left your door unlocked, not only unlocked, but open, and you live in the hood. Like, they just come at you, right? Let me see what y'all say in the comments because I'm over here having a good time regardless. Just like when you bring up showers, damn, Victoria coming for me. I have very dry skin, so I need all the moisturizer. Yes. And okay. And then if you have very dry skin, you would love a Korean skincare routine. And you don't have to do all the steps because I feel like they have condensed them from the days of like the 10 and 12 and sometimes even 15 steps. But the Korean skincare routines, you do a hydrating toner, you do an essence, you do an ampule, you do a serum, you do a gel cream, you put your sunscreen, like this, all of these steps that help with hydrating and building the skin's barrier. On the other hand, you might not see a lot of like exfoliating toners, a lot of retinoids. As a matter of fact, now I don't know every single product that's out there, but if I had to think about it, I don't know that I've ever seen, and y'all let me know if you've seen it, like a Korean retinol product. Like, let me know if y'all have ever seen that. Like, I don't know. I feel like they don't really focus on that as much as we do. Now, that's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just, just a different approach. And that's not to say that all Koreans, don't use retinoids because obviously I don't know every single Korean. But on average, less is more when it comes to skin. So I'm, tying it back to answering Tuna Mayho and Jonathan Lucian. So in the US, we have like retinoids, we have the exfoliants that we rely on heavily. And I feel like, especially with a lot of these exfoliating toners, a lot of them tell you use it every day. Some of them tell you use it twice a day. I find that to be a little preposterous because that is a lot. I feel like exfoliating toners, any kind of exfoliation, I think like if you have dry skin, 1 to 2 times a week max. If you have oily skin, 2 to 3 times a week max. And a lot of things count as exfoliation, whether you're using a chemical exfoliant, a physical exfoliant, even like going like this to wash your face, that's a form of exfoliation. So you want to be gentle. So watch how often you're using exfoliants. Retinoids, you can, when you first get on them, it can be a rough trial period. You want to kind of slowly introduce yourself into a retinoid. As a matter of fact, this can be helpful advice for any kind of new active product that you're going to use in your skin. So an active ingredient rather, is something that's going to bring change to your skin. Vitamin C, retinol, niacinamide, alpha lipoic acid, alpha hydroxy acid. Like, these are just a couple of examples. If you want to be good to your skin and you're trying to, make sure that you're helping it, but also not hurting it by trying to help it, anything new that you want to introduce into your routine, the first thing you're going to do is make sure that the percentage is the lowest percentage. Do not be starting all high thinking like, okay, the higher I go, the faster I'm going to get results. No, sometimes the higher you go, the faster you're going to irritate your damn skin. Okay, so chill. So go for the lowest percentage first. Then what you're going to do is you are going to do a patch test. Now, there's you could Google how to do a patch test. Some people do it behind the ear. Some people do it on the chin, what have you. But you want to like test a small area of skin to make sure that this thing is not going to irritate you, right? If that's a go, then you move on to slowly introducing it into your routine. So if it's an exfoliating toner, remember I said 1 to 2 times a week max if you have dry skin, 2 to 3 times a week max if you have oily skin. And that's on an ongoing basis. If you're just starting it out, you might only want to use an exfoliating toner, a new exfoliating toner, maybe like once a week. See how it goes. If all is good, then you increase it. Slowly. We're taking baby steps. We do not rush it. Take your time, because in rushing, you can wind up making things worse, and then you have multiple problems now, right? So it's like, okay, I had dark spots, but now I done burned a hole in my face because I was being too fast. Like slow down, okay? Then once you've been using a product for a while, all is good, and then you're like, okay, I feel like I can, maybe up the ante. Then you increase the percentage. Okay, so maybe you went from a 10% vitamin C, and then you've been using that for a while, and you're like, okay, I think I can graduate to the 15% vitamin C. That is how you try to mitigate irritation. Because if you're gonna start with like a 20% vitamin C, like, child, why? Okay, slow down. Let it, work your way up. Work your way up. Work your way up. What else? Oh, I'm so good. I'm going through my notes real fast. All right. And then there was the question of what can be used and what shouldn't be used together. So benzoyl peroxide and any type of retinoid will cancel each other out. So you typically don't want to use them in the same routine. Maybe use your benzoyl peroxide during the day and then use your retinoid at night, which a lot of retinoids are used at night anyway. Sometimes you might have an incident where, maybe you use your retinoid all over and then you're only using like a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment. At that point, it might be okay if like they're not, what's the word? Getting mixed into each other. But if you are a stomach sleeper and you're sleeping like this, at some point, maybe it might get into each other and, and just cancel each other out. So benzoyl peroxide and retinoid, they'll cancel each other out. It's not like a bad thing to happen to the skin. It's just, well, yeah, it could be kind of bad because then it's like you're putting this stuff on and it's not working. Exfoliants and retinoids should be spaced out as well. So you probably do not want to put your exfoliating toner or your physical exfoliant. You probably don't want to do that and then follow that up with a retinoid because you're gonna burn your skin. And when you burn your skin, now you got 2 problems. Like, why are you adding additional problems for yourself? Don't do that. Don't do that. You can use them in opposite routine. So maybe, or alternate nights. So maybe, Monday night you exfoliated, so you'll skip your retinoid and then you pick back up on the retinoid Tuesday night or Wednesday night or something like that. Or some people, this couldn't be me because I would forget. Some people, use their exfoliant and then wait a couple of hours and then put their retinoid on. I can't do that. I'd be asleep by the time I remember to put that retinoid on. So let me see. What about using a sulfur acne treatment as a spot treatment? Would it react with the retinol? I don't believe there's sulfur in a retinoid would have any kind of counter. I've never read that. The only thing that I could think of is if maybe the sulfur treatment also contains benzoyl peroxide. Just look at the ingredients. Ooh. And Squall is over here showing off. I just started tretinoin 3 weeks ago. No irritation yet. Go ahead. Listen, I've been using tretinoin for years, and I've been having some dry patches and stuff this winter because winter had me messed up. This is my relationship with tretinoin, Tazer. Ignore my pronunciation because I know what it is, but sometimes like my mouth and my eyes don't. Tazarotene started out rough, but I have been using both alternating nights since 2014. So these are both retinoid products. So sometimes people ask what's the difference between a retinoid and retinol. Retinol is a retinoid. So like retinoid is like the family name, and then you have like the tretinoin, the retinol, retinal. I'm trying to think of the top of my head. What are some other? What's the one that does with the acne? And it's over the counter. I can't think of it. But there's all of these different retinoids, of which retinol is a retinoid. If in case you were wondering. Let's see who else. Have you tried the Mela B3 by La Roche-Posay? I don't think I've seen a video from you. I mentioned it because I worked with La Roche-Posay last summer at Essence Fest, and that's when they had, I think they were doing a big push for that. That's an amazing product. The thing though with dark spot treatments, and I have a video on this in case anybody wants to, I believe, what's it called? I believe it's called Why You Still Have Dark Spots in 2025. It's a video from 2024. I just changed the date because people won't be hung up on on a date or whatever. But when it comes to dark spots, it really depends on how long you've had those dark spots, which vehicle that you use for treatment. If they're fresh and like when I say fresh, like less than 4 months old, a product like the Mela B3 or like topicals or these other type of products that you can easily buy over the counter. These are things that you can use and you're probably going to see a difference. If you have older dark spots, however, older than 4 months, which, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, you got to move to the next level. So usually the next level is a prescription cream. If the prescription cream might be, enough for some people. For some people, you might need to move on to the next level, which might be like chemical peels, lasers, RF microneedling, so on and so forth. So when it comes to dark spots, these levels to this. All right, let's talk about makeup really quick because let's talk about makeup really quick. So this product here, which let me put the picture up so that you can read it. There's a way that I can switch the screen so that I'm not like a mirror, but I don't want to touch anything now and mess up the stream. Oh, it said there was an issue with my file. Maybe I have too many things in the studio. Let's see. But anyway, this all right. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this is the Tintease foundation. I wanted to show, because if I show you this, you might be like, what in the let me show. This is because it looks like there's no shade range. So here's another picture to show the different swatches. So this is also something that you can get on the Wireless app. Here's some more swatches. These are screenshots from the app, so it was kind of hard. Like I probably could have shown you the full range, but let me show you here actually. If I can fast forward to give you a better representation. Foundation shopping. Okay, so I played this video earlier, and this is also on my Instagram if you want to watch the full video.
The makeup formula is hit.
This is the range. Like, let me back this up a little bit. And they had a shade range. Like, if you know Korean skincare, you know the makeup formulas hit. But Wireless has a shade range that some US companies don't even have. This bomb, futuristic, they living in. So, like, and I need to remove this from the stage. So this has a range. Like, the range that they have for these foundations at Wireless, like, you got US companies that don't even have a foundation range like that. So this is their Tintease Glow Hydrating Water Pop Foundation. Products have such long names, and I'm like, let me make sure I'm getting it right. So this is $31.99 regularly. It's on sale for $15.99 when you buy any 3 products. And the shade that I wear is 340N. And let me show you how beautiful this foundation is. Because in the springtime, you might need to move to more, lighter weight, maybe things that are more either a satin finish or maybe closer to matte, because it's starting to get a little warmer out. This one is this has a light to medium buildable coverage. And I'm going to switch cameras in a sec so that we can get a better look. Okay, let me back up here. All right, I'm gonna do this and see what I'm doing. Oh, here's my mirror. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. Got the mirror. Let me show y'all. Okay, so I ain't got nothing on my skin. Like, look at that. Honey. Now, I do typically need to use a concealer when I use this. Like, if I'm really trying to, like, I have any like areas of discoloration, like my eyelids, underneath my eye, making sure that y'all can see that. Look how beautiful this looks, and it still looks like skin. Like, I have it on. I don't know if I put enough on one side. I'm gonna do one side and then one side without, so y'all can see. I might already be seeing already. Let me see what y'all say. Adapalene. Yo, I swear I know how to talk. And I know things, but sometimes I don't know things when I'm on the spot. See, look at that. It's giving skin. Do I need to bend down a little? Like, do I need to come down like this? Okay. But am I in focus? Look at that. Look at that. And I'm gonna just finish the other side of my face, because I also want to show you guys some cream blushes. Okay, do you guys wear blush? Let me know in the comments, because I know it'd be a lot of blush haters out there. Show yourselves. Okay, this, ooh, honey. Like, it evened me out, and it's still giving skin. Look at that, 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 look at that. And for a lot of times, like, I started my online beauty career back in 2007 when I had a blog, and I would do makeup swatches so that people with deeper skin could see what products look like on them. And there was a time where I was one of the deepest shades, where it was like either I was the deepest shade or I was the second to last deepest shade. Man, when I tell you, there is how many shades after me is there with this? Let me go on the Wireless app. Make sure y'all download this app, y'all. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if that's in focus because I'm trying to, But let me show you. Search Tintease. Here we go. All right, so I'm 340N. Okay. Something is going to wind up getting foundation on it. Okay, which one is 340N right there? Okay, so I'm 340N. That's my shade right there. Do you see how many shades there are after me? Like, look at that. They got that. Like, I think, was it this one right here? I believe it's this one right here that's my shade, 340N. And there's so many other shades after that. Like, and this is a Korean brand. There's some US companies that ain't even got a shade range like that. Would you try this foundation? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you have dry skin, you might be able to just like leave it just like this. I don't have dry skin, although my skin has been cosplaying as dry this winter. I do need to set it with some powder because it looks good now, but you know, after a little while of going around, riding around and getting it, this is going to look quite oily, super shiny, I should say. So, or even you can just set the where you get the most oily and then still, like just right up in the T-zone like that. All right, let me. And it's like you set it so that there's not a whole bunch of shininess, but you still have the finish of the foundation. So like I didn't put any powder like on my cheek area because my cheeks will get shiny, but not shiny like my T-zone. Pretty. Let me see what y'all blush haters got. What y'all blush haters got to say in these comments. What was the name of the company again? It's Yless. I'm gonna put it in here. Yless. And if you want the direct link, it is in the description. You can get this app on iOS or Android. Let me switch cameras so that I can tell I'm in focus. All right, let's see what y'all are saying. Messing around with the ad, I'm not gonna have any tax refund. Yo, y'all, what is the status with the tax refunds? Because I've been hearing people saying that they've been delaying them. I would love to know what it's like to get a tax refund. I always owe money because when I get paid, I get the money tax free, and then I have to pay taxes quarterly. And then usually sometimes I still wind up sometimes I don't give them enough quarterly. And then at the end of the year, the tax season, I usually wind up having to pay, and usually have to wind up paying a lot of money in taxes because sheesh. Anyway, let's see what y'all haters, what the haters got to say about the blush. All right. I don't need any more foundations, Danielle. You gonna make me break my no-buy list already. We ain't even hit the middle of the year yet. My bad, Miss Nikki. Gorgeous picture, by the way, Miss Nikki. I was trying to say that earlier, but your beauty had stunned me so much that I was too stunned to speak. It looks like there's nothing on there. Another person with y'all be coming through. Y'all just had like a fancy photo shoot, and then you just boom put that on my profile picture. Thank you, Victoria. Gorgeous. Dang it, Danielle, good. Have me on Instagram just so I can see Korea content. You know what? I also posted Korea content on my Life with Danielle channel, so it's actually more robust on my Life with Danielle channel than Instagram. Does gel makeup degrade mineral sunscreen? I have this gel bronze I use to offset white cast. No, I would just wait for I would give the mineral sunscreen about 15 minutes. Well, any sunscreen about 15 minutes because sunscreens need to form like a protective shield. They work right away, but just give it some time so that it's like boom, 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 boom. Give it some time and then put your makeup on so that you know for sure that you're not interfering with the sunscreen's ability to protect you. And yeah, I know you do have to use the gel bronzer to offset the white cast because the white cast can be crazy. Please pin the product. I don't know. Oh, the name of it. Okay. Oh, you guys also in the description, I'm going to pin it. Oh, wait, but if I pin it, Tintease, I think if I pin it, it's going to take away the pin for the name of the app. But all of the product names are listed in the description box of this video. Hot foundation. Retinaldehyde, yes, that's another one, another retinoid. Let's see what y'all was saying about the shade match on point. Okay, Nikki also said that she wears Mented Cosmetics blush and clay too much. Etoile said, I love blush. Angela said, I don't know how to use brush properly. I have heavy cheeks, so it makes me look clownish. That's in placement. You probably don't need as much. You could probably just put like a little bit and then kind of blend it out so you don't have like this big concentration of color on your cheeks. Google, hey Google. She said she loves blush too. How is it in South Africa? I believe Google is from South Africa. Oh, look at y'all helping each other out. I also have heavy cheeks, but I place my blush right like 2 to 3 centimeters from my cheeks and go back to the hairline. There you go. This is a true no makeup look. Thank you. All right. And then she said, in continuation, then whatever is left, I place it on the apple of my cheek. Janae Taylor said that she likes a hint of blush. Let's see. Oh, you talking about you text mine was accepted almost immediately, but I haven't heard anything since. It's been about a week. Probably because they done fired the people that pressed the submit button on the tax refunds. Don't get me started on this administration. Oh, she gonna be 40 next year. Welcome to the 40/40 club. Okay. I'm all over like we did. Y'all thought that was an extra on Insta. I'm all in your business. I love it. Thank you. Let's see. All right. No, the app is not available in Canada. At least not yet. Not yet. It's soon come. I will let you know when it's available in Canada, just the US. She said, hey girl, South Africa is boiling hot, sunscreen gliding right off. Oh no. All right, so let me show you these cream blushes or blushers if you're British. But let me show you here. So these are also on the Wireless app. I wonder if I should I think you can see these, but when I go to apply them, I'll actually put the other camera. These are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to swatch in a second. The brand is Melogram. These are their lip and cheek blush. And when I saw the foundation shades in the Wireless store in Korea, I was like, okay. But I'm like, but what else y'all got? And then when I saw these, I was like, oh, y'all really committed to the deepest skin because, honey, like it's one thing to have foundations that match for us, but we need other makeup too. We need bronzes, we need blush, we need pigmented eyeshadows, all of that. So I'm excited because we already know that like Korean skincare and makeup formulas hit. And then it's like to have stuff that we can actually wear. That's amazing. So I'm going to first use this color. It's called Bright Red. I'm going to first put it on with just a little, with my finger. And actually, I'm going to, hold on. I'll switch cameras so that you can see this a little better. Okay, hopefully I am in focus. Oh, that's better. I just got to stay at that angle. Like you see, and it's buildable. So I already forgot who said, I think it was Angela. Yeah, it was Angela who said that she feels, sorry, y'all, my spring allergies. She said she feels clownish with the blush. Try a cream blush. There was once a time where I was like, oh, I can't wear cream blush. I have oily skin. But I think because there are more cream blush options now that they've improved the formulation so that they do last and show up on people with oily skin. But try a cream blush if you feel like blush is like for you, right? Because like you see how sheer that went on, right? But say like you're like, I want a little bit more. You can just put a little bit more and add it on there. Like, look at that. Like, you can just keep adding more until you have your desired effect, or just, shear it out and leave it on its own. But say like you're like, oh, I want more, I want more, I want more. And then you're like, oops, I put a little bit too much. You can just take your powder brush with a little bit of powder on it and just tap it down, and it'll tone it down a little bit. So that's the bright red, which again, like I said, if you really wanted to kick it up, you could. Like, look at that. That's it, really kicked up. And you could add more to this. Like, if you really wanted to be like blush, like I'm here, you could add more to this. Let me see, what's the price on this? Because like I said, if you any 3 items that you buy from the Wireless app, you get 50% off. Let me show you. I can show you the blush. Will it still show up from this camera? StreamYard, y'all play too much. Like, just show me the things. All right. I'll just tell you myself how much it costs, since it won't let me put the thing up. So it's $19.99 regular price, but if you buy any 3 products on the Wireless app, it's $9.99. And let me show you this other color. Okay, there we go. Wait. All right, so this is Deep Berry. Just make sure I don't have. All right, this side is going to be a little harder because I'm like, I can't really. Oh. I'm trying to make sure that I'm in focus, but I also still need to see, like. I feel so silly. Look at that. Look how pretty. You could use a brush if you wanted to. I'm like, can y'all even see? Y'all can see that, right? I think so. It would be nice if my laptop was over there, but over here, there's no table. The table is here. Look at that. Look at that. And I think from what I'm seeing, that there's a lot of color there. But like I said before, if you wind up doing too much, you just take a brush with a little powder on it. And you can tone it down. Like, look how pretty that is. And it gives you like such a beautiful glow. So it's like, it's $9.99. Wait, let me switch cameras. Here we go. Ooh, when I come to this camera, it looks like I got a lot of blush on. All right, it's $9.99 when you buy any 3 products for the blush. The foundation is $15.99 on sale when you buy any 3 products. So this is really pretty. Like, if you need help trying to figure out like what foundation shade to get, I'm not sure if they have a tool on their app yet, but is there an option to? I'll get back to you on that, because I don't want to say that the app does something that it doesn't do. Because when I was in the actual store, I had some friends at home who, when I was in the store in Korea, I had some friends at home in the US who wanted foundation, and the people in the store looked at their pictures and it was like, maybe this color would go well for them. But I don't know how that works with the app. But the letters next to it denote the undertone. So N is neutral, W is warm. Does this have an O for olive? C for cool, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see. What okay, 2 cameras here. I'm trying to get like you, Dr. Tachi. Yeah, tapping of the blush is doable. You look beautiful with your blush. Thank you, Angela. Angela, you are a beautiful woman as well. Beautiful nose, beautiful. Let me see if there are any other comments or questions that I need to answer here. This is really fun. Every time I do a live, I'm always like, I need to do more lives. And then there's a while before I do a live. You know what it is? Because I feel like lives need to be like at the same time all the time. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. I feel like they need to be at the same time every time in order for people to kind of like come on, like to like know your schedule or whatever. But my schedule doesn't always work like that. So I feel like even if I say, okay, Friday, I want to go live Sunday morning, anything can happen between Friday and Sunday morning. But I know if I just like pop up, it's like, girl, that's not how you do. You got to let people know. So that's always my issue with doing lives, because I would love to just go live spontaneously, but is anybody going to show up? You got to let people know. I am shocked by the range. I've looked over some makeup and it definitely wasn't for me. I couldn't even get a sunscreen cushion in a shade that was anywhere near me. Yes. And like that's why I love being in that store, because you know you go into things with an open mind, but you know, and you also go with your past experiences where you know shade ranges were whack. So, and I'm glad you said something about a cushion, because I would love to see a cushion. Ooh, Etoile said, Google, you're my neighbor from Botswana. Oh man, I need to visit more places in Africa. I've only been to Ghana. I need to go. I need to be all up and through the continent. Getting into those undertones is where they lose me. I know it is. It is a little challenging. I'm gonna actually talk to them and see if you know how we can kind of make it a little easier for people to get shade matches. Do you prefer cream, liquid, or powder blushes? I like them all. It just really depends on what I pick up out of. I haven't reached for a powder blush in a while, and that's only because cream and liquid blushes have been so popular. So that like I have makeup and like I try not to keep too much makeup. I try, but I have the makeup that I use regularly, and then I have like additional makeup that I like, but like it's not something that I'm reaching for at the moment. And all of the blushes that I reach for at the moment are liquid and cream. But I like powder blush too. There's always a what you call it? There's always a time and a place. Oh, we'd still jump on. Thank you. Sunday morning is a great time. I agree. I totally agree. And you know what's crazy? Like after this, I want to like hang out and chill, but I'm like, girl, you got homework to do. Did I tell you guys I'm in a cosmetic chemist program at Spelman? And today, oh, let me show you something really quickly. Let me show y'all. Oh, where is it? Oh no. I thought I was gonna be able to show y'all something real quick. Damn, it's not anywhere where I could reach it, where it makes sense. But today's class is on making a foundation from primary colors. You might have even seen some videos where people were taking like these kits where it had like red, yellow, blue, and people were taking like primary colors and either adding black or white to make a foundation shade. And so that's what our assignment is. It's due at 11:59 p.m. Eastern today, along with some other like readings and things that I need to do. After this week, There's one more week. So I only have 2 more weeks left and I am done. And let me tell you something. I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, listen, this might be like I like to learn and I like to know new things, but I'm like, all right, I think I'm too old. And listen, don't take this as a like if you're older that like there's time's up, you can't learn new things. I'm talking about me myself personally. I'm like, look, next time I want to learn something, I'm gonna have to figure out a different way because I feel like I'm too old to be. And I'm obviously clearly I'm not too old to be learning new things. But I think that having class that's so intense and having like an intense filming schedule and all of the things that I like to do, it's a lot. And I'm like, child, I'm just gonna have to have somebody come and whisper the new information into my ear because I'm like overstimulated. You are never too old to learn new things, but I think that my brain was just like, my brain was like, girl, stop. This is a good idea. It would be nice if they have samples for like $2 to $3. You can get a good foundation match. I'm going to let me screenshot this actually so that I can bring that up. You're never too old to learn new things. Totally true. It's challenging, you know. The first class I took was organic chemistry, and I was like, what is this stuff? And I'm not even sure I still understand some of that stuff. But taking this class, I've learned a lot. So like there's certain things that I'm able to talk about better. But if I wanted to actually like go, I don't think I would want to be like a cosmetic chemist, like to go in the lab and make products. If I wanted to do that, I think that I would need to look at me crying. But I'm not crying, it's allergies. I would need to be in a classroom setting. That's what I wanted. It's not so much that I'm too old to learn new things. I think that because the class is asynchronous, so you do it at your own pace or whatever. I think it would have been easier for me if we met up and had class, or if I went to a place and had class in person. But then, you know what's funny? I'd be complaining about that too. So let me shut up. I'd be complaining, oh my God, I gotta leave the house so much here in the winter time. Like, these people on the Zoom talking too much. Like, it's me. It's not the age, it's me. Yeah, and it's like I like, you know what it is? The brain is the same. You know what the problem is? It's like the what is the word? What am I trying to? It's like the brain is still the same. Like, you can absorb the information. The brain is still like a sponge, right? But it's like there's certain things that I've grown accustomed to not wanting to do as I get older. Like, one thing that I do not like to do as I get older is drive. I can still drive. I still have to drive. I don't want to drive a lot, so I don't drive a lot, and especially at nighttime. So yeah, like if you compare it to like driving, where it's like the older I get, the more I realize I want to be a passenger princess, like for the rest of my life. But but I also get motion sickness, so it's like, girl, it's me. It's me. I'm the drama. um. Yo, right? She said maybe we would be protected. I love Glow by Ramon. I can see you doing skincare classes with major brands for our skin. I think where my look at me crying. I think where my strengths lie is I'm able to take things that like brands and doctors and whoever, like all that that they be talking about, and I'm able to be like, y'all, what they had really said was blah, 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 blah. You know, like I feel like that's my one of my strengths. So that would be kind of cool. All right, y'all. So I gotta go make some foundation and film myself making this foundation. I'm gonna try and do that like right after we get off here. There are 3 new videos across my channel. So there's a new Style and Beauty Doctor video. It's on everything that you can do for your under eye area. There's one on Style with Danielle, which is about something that your outfits are missing. And then on Life with Danielle, it's a February vlog of like things that I've been up to, you know, in the month of February and whatnot. Pretty much just chilling and hanging out with my friends and whatnot. But you guys remember to download the Wireless app. All the information is in the description box. 30% off. 50% off, excuse me, 50% off any 3 products that you buy. Plus, you get an additional 7% off when you use the code Danielle, which is my name. And all of that is in the description box as well. And I will see you guys soon. Love you. Bye. Bye.